These sensitive ass that just came out of this little, I don't know where they come from, but niggas be getting wild emotional. Niggas be turning into big super beasts. Just be trying to have fun.
If Busta ever try to film me, hit you with no delay, so what you saying, yo? Shit with that 9 million, but the niggas, yo. Yeah, I do his better than him. You better not play with me. I will and perform Busta Rhymes, yo.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now.
I'm walking through the crowd and somebody grabs my hand. Just softly put their hand in my hand and just holding it. So I look, and I see this big chain that said flip mode. I look up and it's Busta Rhymes.
I'm not gonna say it. They call them fun boys. They'll say we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad. Like, what? Pulled him to the section, like through the rope, and tucked him off in the corner. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us.
Busta Rhymes is fuming right now, and sources say he's out here threatening 50 Cent over some incriminating footage set to drop in 50's upcoming Netflix documentary on Diddy. Now, we already know 50 Cent has been collecting receipts on Diddy and his FO parties for years. But what's got Busta so shaken? Well, insiders claim that actual footage exists of him getting deep in the mix with Diddy. And that's just the beginning. A few months ago, Busta's ex-bodyguard, Big Homie CC, exposed some shocking details, claiming Busta has had a thing for fun boys for years. According to him, club promoters knew exactly what Busta wanted, lining up young men to keep him entertained in VIP whenever he showed up. Now, 50 Cent might have the proof to back up these claims. Sources close to the situation say there's footage from a wild party showing Busta and Diddy in a full-blown freak-off with multiple men, some of whom were allegedly ex-workers hired by Diddy. But hold up, there's more. Multiple men are now coming forward, claiming that Busta made inappropriate advances toward them. These individuals say that every time they crossed paths with him, he was constantly pushing them to party Diddy style. At this point, it's starting to feel like Busta might be next on the list of industry figures getting fully exposed. And with 50 Cent behind this documentary, Busta's threats aren't going to do much. If anything, he just secured himself an even bigger role in the film. So why is Busta suddenly panicking? What does 50 have on him that's got him crashing out? Let's break it all down.
So I got to ask you, there has been so much going on in the music industry pertaining to Diddy. How closely are you paying attention to his case, the allegations?
I don't pay attention to none of it. I just kind of like to pay attention to the truth.
With all these accusations flying around Busta Rhymes, you already know 50 Cent wasn't going to stay quiet. Before hitting the stage with Busta at the Humor and Harmony Comedy Fest, 50 even joked about Busta's infamous yellow outfit from the 1999 MTV VMAs. Posting a throwback photo, 50 wrote, "Busta cannot wear this to Humor and Harmony. Busta, I don't care who made the outfit. You gotta come with some fly-ish to Shreveport. LOL." Busta clapped back with an AI-generated image of 50 and responded, "I keep telling y'all, the blessings don't stop, so we ain't never gonna stop. I thought it was Father's Day, 50 Cent, and you out here looking like this. Don't let me find out this how you be in the mirror preparing your look for Shreveport." Back then, it seemed like just friendly trolling, but now sources are saying 50 was dead serious, and that he really does have some wild footage of Busta with Diddy. But before we get into that, we need to talk about those VIP fun boy allegations. According to Big Homie CC, Busta Rhymes has been moving real suspect around young men for years. During an interview with The Art of Dialogue, Big Homie straight up called Busta a super zest monster. He claimed that club promoters already knew the drill. If Busta was booked, they had to make sure his VIP was stocked with the right kind of entertainment.
I seen you talking about Busta Rhymes before.
Oh, yeah.
In some of your videos.
Oh, yeah. Super zest monster. For sure, bro. That's my thing, bro. Like, this been common knowledge, though. Like, all my promoter homies would always say, man, we gotta break something up. we gotta bring some, what they call them, I'm not gonna say it over there. They call them fun boys. They'll say we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Cause you know, I bodyguarded for Ghostface before, you feel me? And being around him, you hear things, you feel me? I'm like, damn. And my auntie like the biggest Busta Rhymes fan, you feel me? Like every cookout she playing it, all his little fast rapping, all of that, him and Craig Mack playing.
One night, Big Homie says he witnessed Busta Rhymes locking eyes with a man at a club, and the second it happened, it was game on. Busta allegedly snatched the guy into his VIP section and wouldn't let him leave. Big Homie described Busta as being all over that man the entire night, calling him cute, keeping him close, and making sure he stayed in VIP. And apparently, this wasn't a one-time thing. Big Homie claims that every time Busta hit the club, the promoters knew what time it was. They'd round up the finest men, and once Busta locked it on someone, it was a wrap.
Bro, on my soul, I'm out with a group of people. At this time, I was with Don Benjamin. You familiar with him?
Nah, never heard of him.
Model dude, like a model guy. He be doing like some rapping and stuff. His name Don Benjamin. I'm out with Don Benjamin. And the club we ended up going to, Busta Rhymes in there. So it was this little lawyer guy that was with us. And the little lawyer guy we was with, you know, he was a gay dude, super cool, feel me, good guy. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad. Like, what? Pulled him to the section, like through the rope, and tucked him off in the corner. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us. Well, I know he was in the little group. So if I go out with somebody, like a group of people, I try to make sure everybody get there together and leave together. No, he stayed with them. He stayed in there with them, bro. For sure, bro. You ain't never heard about this before, have you? Bro, this common knowledge, bro. If you in the mix, bro. If you in the mix, like I've been in the mix, you know this, bro. So, I hear somebody say, oh, he's cute, I want him. So when I heard that, I turned around like, man, did he just say that? You got all this jewelry to attract some men in here? You wild. Shocked me. But sure enough.
And that was the guy that Busta Rhymes pulled back?
Pulled him into the section. Pulled him into the section, and then they walled him off like this man. I'm like, damn. And that little dude was so happy, he couldn't believe that. He was shocked.
But here's where it gets even wilder. According to Big Homie, the industry has been hip to Busta's real preferences for over a decade. So why hasn't anyone exposed him until now? Big Homie claims it's simple. Most people just wanted access to his VIP section. But he also dropped another bombshell. Busta's alleged history of putting his hands on women. And he hinted that, like many DL men, Busta might be carrying resentment toward women, which could explain some of his alleged behavior.
How long has it been like this known about Busta Rhymes?
Well, I knew about this like in 2012. I knew about this in 2012.
How come you think nobody else speaks up on it or says anything?
Because, bro, these people admire these people so much. They want to make sure they in the section, they at the club, they at the video shoot, they can get backstage. That matters most to them. That matters so much to people. It's crazy. Like, but if you notice, like, there's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls. This girl touched him one time, he go crazy, throw a drink on her and everything. See what I'm saying? Like, what? Why you getting mad at females? You go to these guys, they in the club, go to their section. It's all men in the section. That ain't weird to nobody. I'm going to the bar, sorry. Text me if it get dangerous. But there's all this club security in here, like nothing's finna happen. Nobody wanna keep you guys, bro. Like, when I get jobs from people who really got a threat on their life, I move way different. But man, you ask, bro, anybody that's in the mix, bro, like you know, bro. Most of these dudes, bro, putting on a major act. They don't wanna be themselves.
crazy.
They'll get mad at you for buying bottles of champagne to get a girl. They'll get mad, oh, we don't want these bottle rats in our section. What are we here for? Why are y'all here then? What are y'all here for? Just because y'all got booked to be here, okay, but sometimes they not booked. They just in there. So what they looking for, it ain't gonna be what you thinking of, on God. Seen it.
If you think this is just one bodyguard clout chasing, think again. A whole lineup of men has come forward with their own wild Busta stories. Back in 2020, social media personality Trip Ollie claimed that Busta tried to pick him up in NYC while he was heading to a Halloween party.
Walking, New York City, going to a club. It was Halloween weekend, everybody was out. And it was this party we was going to, me, my boy, and his friend that had came in from Detroit. And I'm walking across the street and Busta Rhymes just grabbed my hand. And he holding my hand. Now I ain't know it was Busta at first. Busta Rhymes tall. I'm sure I came up to about right here. So the first thing I noticed was this big flip mode chain that was blinding me. So I look at the chain and I look up, I'm like, oh, what's up, Busta? What's up? Now he holding my hand the whole time. I'm like, what's up, man? He like, what you doing? And I was like, oh, me and my people, we about to go to this club around the corner. What's up, man? And then I noticed throughout my peripheral vision, the side eye, this big bodyguard in black. Just standing there, looking around, looked at me, still looking around. Meanwhile, Busta still got my hand in his hand.
Trip said Busta personally invited him to VIP, and at first, he thought it was just a regular club situation.
He says, I'm about to go in this club. We got a section. You can come in with me if you want. And I'm like, word, for real? Like, that's what's up. Like, he was like, yeah. I was like, well, I gotta, tell my people. I was like, I come in, you know what I'm saying? He was like, okay, just let me know, tell them that you coming in there to meet with me and come on up. And I was like, bet. So, of course, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Busta Rhymes is one of my favorite artists of all time.
But then things took a turn. Trip got into a heated argument with his friend, who wasn't down with going to Busta's party. The fight got so intense that Trip ended up stranded in the middle of NYC, which, in hindsight, might have been a blessing in disguise. Who knows what could have gone down if he had made it to Busta's VIP. Fast forward to 2021, and rumors started swirling again. Busta was allegedly back outside, and paparazzi even caught him leaving a Pride event with a trans woman. And just recently, Orlando Brown had the internet in shambles again, claiming he had hooked up with multiple industry men, including Diddy and Busta Rhymes.
We made love. We made love.
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you see Busta in the airport too. Them from China, he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
What's that name? Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher. Usher's a gusher. And
why you not having
I'm telling you, bro, it's my dad's friends. My dad sent his baddest friends on me.
Who's your dad?
Lucifer.
A lot of people don't take Orlando Brown seriously when he starts ranting, but if you really pay attention to some of his more recent interviews, when he's more clear-headed, you might notice that he's actually making a lot of sense.
A documentary comes out called Quiet on Set.
I never had to work for Nickelodeon. I work for Disney. We don't do those things.
Oh man, not the exhale.
Well, shout out to Nick Cannon. I won't do his money like that. What I will do is I'll say that the owner of Nickelodeon is Jeffrey Epstein. The guy that they've been trying to follow. And okay, now look at the characteristics of everything they said, and then look at everything that he did. I'm not gonna do that to Nick's money though. That's my brother. Like, I'm not doing that to Tito.
Now, whether or not Busta Rhymes is on the DL is one thing, but what really needs to be discussed is his history of violence. Just like Diddy, Busta has a long track record of getting physical with people over the smallest things. His legal troubles go way back to 2006, when prosecutors tried to charge him with weapons possession after an incident with a random person. According to Billboard, authorities claimed Busta had a whole machete in his car. Then in 2007, he got into more legal trouble. This time, he was arrested for allegedly assaulting his former driver during a dispute over money. He eventually pleaded guilty to both charges and ended up with 3 years of probation. But it didn't stop there. In 2009, the New York Post reported that Busta had to pay $75,000 to a fan who claimed Busta threw water bottles at him and even had his bodyguard punch him. And what started the whole thing? The fan said he simply tried to leave Busta's show early. He explained that he had come to see Fabulous, but when Fab didn't show up, he decided to head out while Busta was still performing. That's when Busta allegedly snapped, yelling, "Get down, I'm not good enough for you," before launching 2 water bottles at him and telling his bodyguard to handle it. With a temper like that, it's no surprise that Busta and Diddy have been tight since the 90s. But beyond their similar anger issues, rumors suggest they might have something else in common, a preference for much younger men. And let's be real, Busta's reaction to the Diddy scandal has been a little suspicious. When the first allegations against Diddy started surfacing, Busta was one of the people telling fans not to jump to conclusions.
I got to ask you, there has been so much going on in the music industry pertaining to Diddy. How closely are you paying attention to his case, the allegations?
I don't pay attention to none of it. I just kind of like to pay attention to the truth. I don't really like to speak on situations that I'm not well versed in, and that's not really my situation. You know what I'm saying? But I wish the best for everyone involved. God bless everyone involved. And, you know, I think that we should all kind of be a little more mindful of how much we speak on other things when it's as sensitive as this. People don't keep in mind the effect of what their opinion can have. And I think it's really, really important that we reserve our opinions until we understand what the undisputed truth is.
Have you had the chance to speak to Diddy?
I spoke to him a few times before, like, it got a little out of control. A lot of the times when people are going through things, you gotta respect the space and the privacy that they need to process how they're gonna deal with the things that they're going through. I just wanna see the right end result for everyone.
Now, why would he even feel the need to say that, unless he was trying to defend someone? When we're talking about serious accusations, including claims involving young victims, telling people to mind their business is a very questionable stance. Fast forward to now. The Diddy scandal has blown up completely. There have been federal raids, multiple lawsuits, and even an official indictment. And suddenly, Busta is acting like he never knew Diddy like that. But let's be real, he won't be able to avoid this forever. Word on the street is that 50 Cent's upcoming documentary about Diddy is about to expose a lot of people, and Busta Rhymes is reportedly one of the names on that list. One thing about 50, he never forgets. He's one of the few rappers who refused to party with Diddy and figured out early on that something shady was going on behind closed doors.
He do it, right?
Yeah.
I know you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now, and then no one was, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy.
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated.
Was there a reason you never went to those parties back in the day? Obviously, I know what was going on there, but is there a reason you never did?
I'm just not with all that freaky shit. Like all of the stuff that he's doing, I'm not into that type of stuff. a little more, maybe you could say basic or normal. You go to the 90s, and Kiki D said they paid him to Tupac.
Yeah.
It's a little, like, you get the craziest accusations. You had TMZ created a docuseries, they went to Tubi, but the series is saying the downfall.
But here's the thing, 50 Cent is calculated. Just because he wasn't personally involved doesn't mean he wasn't paying attention. You already know he was watching from a distance, taking notes on every rapper who accepted Diddy's invitations. And now, it looks like 50's moment to expose everything has finally arrived. Sources are saying that this Diddy documentary is going to be one of the most explosive things the industry has ever seen because nobody is safe. For years, people have whispered about certain rappers who allegedly got involved with Diddy's lifestyle. And according to insiders, Busta Rhymes is on that list. Now, there's no official release date for 50's documentary yet. But what we do know is that it's being produced by G-Unit Films and Television Incorporated and will be released on Netflix. It's also being directed by Alex Stapleton, an Emmy Award-winning filmmaker and executive producer. That means this project is going to be high quality and straight to the point, no fluff, no games. And here's where things get even crazier. Busta reportedly already knows what's coming. People close to him are saying he's been working behind the scenes, trying to pull some strings, and even warning 50 to leave his name out of it. But let's be real, threatening 50 Cent is only going to make him double down. If you know 50, you know that the more someone tries to silence him, the harder he goes after them. So if Busta really is part of this mess, there's no way 50 is going to cut him out now. So the real question is, what is Busta so afraid of? If he has nothing to hide, why not just ignore the rumors and keep it moving? What do you think? Is Busta really involved in Diddy's mess? Or is his name just being thrown in the mix? And more importantly, do you think 50 Cent's documentary is about to shake up the industry for real? Drop your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned, because this story is far from over.